Good evening, everybody. Welcome. You're in the locker room. Tunch and Wolf, brought to you by Chrysler Jeep Dodge. Wolf, the second week of Steelers training camp is coming to an end. It is the night before the Hall of Fame game versus the New Orleans Saints. A lot of stuff happened this second week.
A lot of stuff.
Totally changed. The whole complexion of camp really changed this week.
You know, it really did, Tunch. I mean, you go back, first of all, the thing that I noticed right away,
right,
the weather changed.
Yeah.
Oh, who turned up the heat?
Yeah.
I mean, gadzooks. 1 week you've got wind chill factor with a little breeze cruising along the sidelines there. I'm enjoying myself, you know, and it's just nice and cool. You don't even have to worry that much about making sure you're watered down.
Right.
Second week, bam! The hot weather slams in, and baby, the kid is sweating a lot.
And head coach Mike Tomlin was staying with the black long-sleeve T-shirt and the black sweatpants, although later in the week he took the black sweatpants off. And
he did, but he was back to him again later on in the week.
So, I mean, the guy is showing that he can handle the heat. You know, I think this is when legs become dead. And when legs deaden, tempers shorten. And, you know, usually, I am surprised. I haven't seen a fight yet. I haven't seen a good fight yet.
Not a good one.
Very, very close.
We've had a couple scraps.
Scrap.
You know, I mean, you had the Willie Parker going with Tyrone Carter the one time that turned into kind of like a little bit of a slapping type match. But other than that, there really hasn't been any extracurricular pugilism.
Right.
But the fact is, you could tell that everybody's getting a little bit antsy. It's like you said, you get some dead legs.
Right.
And then what happens is the guy across from you gives you that little extra shove.
Right.
Now,
you got to shove them back.
Well, not only that, but your legs don't respond quite that quick. So
you
kind of got that dead-legged thing. And then you kind of go, hey, what's up? Because normally if your legs were fresh, you could bounce that off pretty good. But now because they're not, maybe you went down or didn't go down, and then you kind of get that little bit of fire and you go, oh, kapow! And then before you know it, you're scrapping, and then, you know, things go all downhill from there.
And it's not just that. You know, you get sick of practicing against the same guys. Not only is it hot, but you're tired, and you've been hanging out with the same guys for 2 straight weeks, and you're starting to get a little antsy. You miss your wife, you miss your kids, you miss sleeping in your own bed. I was talking to Aaron Smith, and you know, I was asking him, and he's got that. You know, every year someone's got the veteran miserable look. You know, there's a veteran miserable.
Do you remember we used to vote? You know, who's the most miserable in camp? John Kolb was hands down the winner for years until he retired. And who was the crown handed to? Of course, Brian Hinkle, who won it in successive years up until I left the Steelers. And I take it that he continued his reign afterwards.
Yes, he did.
And those were the guys. You look at them and you think, thank goodness for those guys, because you know why? There's somebody more miserable than me in camp right now. So you always feel a little better about yourself.
Absolutely. Yes. Hey, this week, one of the cool things was I was talking to Willie Colon, Chris Kemoyatu, and Sean New at the same time. And, you know,
that's quite a huddle.
During one-on-ones. They just finished one-on-ones, and, well, they didn't just finish one-on-ones. It was after practice, and I was talking about the one-on-ones because it was starting to get a little heated. And I said, all right, who's going to be the first to snap and start something? And Chris pointed to Willie Colon. Sean pointed to Willie Colon. Then I went to talk to Chris Hope. He pointed at Willie Colon. And Willie says, I'm trying. He says, I'm trying real hard. He said, but I'm starting to get a little ornery here too. And so you see that interaction. And then I said, on the defense, who is it?
Okay, place your bets.
Yeah. I said, on defense, who's it going to be? And Chris said, oh, Brett Kiesel. Hands down, it's going to be Brett. Yeah, that's what Hokie said.
Hokie said.
Yeah.
Let me just put it on Hokie. It's Hokie that I think will be the first to snap on the defense. Now, he would never finger eight himself.
Right,
I mean, he would never sit there and point himself out.
Right.
But I would say that anybody on that defense most likely to snap and go kicker, that would be the Hokester.
And, you know, the other thing that's happening is now you can tell the coaches are getting a little ornery. You know, Mitch was giving them a little extra. John Mitchell.
The rub gets on a little deep.
Right. And because you know what happened, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. It was Tuesday. It was really, really hot. And during the one-on-ones,
we've already established that, okay?
We didn't say what day. I said Tuesday.
All week long, it's been really hot.
Tuesday, it was really, really hot.
Okay, so Tuesday was really, really hot versus really hot on Monday.
Listen, you know, we're just getting a little heated on this set, all right?
You want some of this?
Back off. Jump back, Jack. I'm a scientist. Anyway,
so it was a little testy, as you can tell.
All right, so Mitch is there was like 6 offsides in one-on-ones. So Mitch is starting to get a little ornery.
Yeah.
Coaches hate when your defensive line goes offsides. They're tired. They're coming off, and then he starts giving them a little. So that was kind of the mindset. Now, the one thing that happens is Mike Tomlin, to his credit, has run a tough camp. But this week he started backing off. He did a couple of things to give the guys some time off.
Well, he did, and we know that on Tuesday when we're all standing up there, he calls up the field goal team, right?
Yeah.
So what happens? He calls out Jeff Reed. Jeff Reed goes out. He boots him. Goes 28, 32, 33, all that. 43 he gets up to, and all of a sudden Tomlin calls everybody in, and he says, "All right, if Jeff bangs this one through, then we're out of here."
Right,
and, of course, that's a half hour, 20 minutes lopped off of practice.
Right.
So all the pressure's on Jeff Reed because all his teammates are staring at him.
And he did get picked up.
They're looking good mojo.
The defense was going crazy, making it noise. If I'm the defense,
well,
I'm not saying
they
anything.
still had to, though. Because that's part of the drill.
Yeah, but they got to run.
The defense. I know.
They got to work out if he misses.
I know,
it.
but the defense has still got to do their duty, and that is to harass. Right. Did you hear what they were saying? All right, let's go, Jeff. Let's go, Jeff.
But did you see? The fans picked up on it too.
Oh yeah.
The fans
then they get a little bit.
Yeah.
But the key is, how about
the key?
The thing was Jeff banged it through, but Coach Ligashevsky,
right?
He told Jeff Reed the night before what he said.
Before.
Now, the thing that when I was talking to Jeff Reed, here's what Jeff goes. Now, this is what honks me off. Send me a game for a game winner, 30 seconds. It's not a problem. You don't think about it. But tell me the night before. Then I'm thinking all night the night before. So he knew about this all ahead of time, told Zippo, and then he goes out there, and it's been preying on his mind. You just kind of, it's getting on you, getting your gourd.
Right.
You can't quite get it out. But then, boom, he booted it straight through, and the boys were happy. Delirious, I might say.
Practice ended, they took it in, and he also called off one practice. He's really done a nice job. I mean, one of the things we talked about, you can start hard, but then if you pull back, and then they think you're a great guy.
Yes.
Right. So then you get the discipline part of it. You get the tough. You guys are getting tough. You want them tough, but then you say back off, and that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to back off. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about some of the Steeler injuries. We're going to do a little segment called Who I Like for guys that we have been watching at training camp. We'll also further our camp phenoms. We're going to talk a little bit about the news around the National Football League. We're going to preview the game, Hall of Fame game, tomorrow night, right here in the locker room with Tunch and Wolf.